What did you make of Enzo Maresca, that news that he left the club? We kind of saw it coming over the last month or so, but were you surprised when the news actually came through?
No, I think once you start to see comments about a manager talking about the support he's getting from above him, you know things are in a bad place. You know that he's trying to almost put the club out as the reason why things are happening. There's been a lot of reporting that's gone on in the last few days, reading stories in The Guardian and The Athletic about the sort of idea of maybe the hierarchy telling him how to rotate his players because they're coming back from injury. Obviously thinking about Reece James and Wesley Fofana being the biggest culprits for re-injuring themselves and Maresca having different ideas. And I think in the overall, when you talk about Enzo Maresca, I think the biggest issue that you have is not even necessarily with him, but what's going on above him. And I think the biggest thing that I sort of feel about this is I would like for the club to come out with their 5 sporting directors and say, what is it they want to be as a club? Because I think right now, Chelsea is trying to be everything all at once. They're trying to be a big team who win things, but also a developer of young talent. Be it both coaching, because Enzo Maresca does not have an extensive CV, and also of players. And so I see them as a club that is trying to be everything, that is trying to build their value. Obviously, these are American businessmen that think about things through the perspective of stock trading. That's how it sometimes feels like they're handling their playing squad. You bring some players in, they rise in value, you ship them out, you bring new players in, try and rise their value, move them around to Strasbourg and develop them. But I think they're trying to be Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be both of those things. I really don't. And so Chelsea need to define what they want to be. And if they're going to come out and say the results that he achieved were not good enough, or 15 points off the top of the Premier League, then go build the squad that's about getting results, because they don't have one. You look at the transfer business that they did in the summer, they didn't do transfer business with the idea of winning. They just didn't. And so I would like for them to come out and explain what they want to be, because I don't see it. I don't understand how you can be everything all at once.
In terms of this game, do you see it as a bit of a free hit for Chelsea? Because if they win, well, brilliant result. We've beaten Manchester City, who are in the title race, and make a jump up in the table. And if they lose, oh, well, we haven't got a manager. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think I must confess, I saw his first name as Callum. I didn't see his last name. I apologize for not knowing his name, but it'll be an interim that largely is not
a supply teacher.
Right. I mean, you feel bad for him because obviously he's stepping into a job that he probably thinks is, you know, his one chance to impress. But yeah, I mean, we don't know if Liam Rossini will be in the dugout or if even he is going to be the Chelsea manager. But yeah, I think it is something of a free hit for Chelsea, because there is still an incredibly talented squad of players, maybe 1 or 2 different messages. I do think that Maresca's football was a little bit rigid. It was even rigid at Leicester, where I think some fans were less appreciative of the style, even as they were getting promoted. So maybe he goes out and says, go play with freedom, go express yourselves, don't worry about tactics and about this pass and moving here and this rest organization. Go and play the game. Go and play the game and see what you can deliver, because they're obviously a very talented group of players. The problem is that they're not a consistent group of players or a consistent team. And so, yeah, I think this is absolutely a free hit for Chelsea.
From the Manchester City perspective, they huffed and puffed against Sunderland, but didn't really have that much in front of goal, which seems crazy to say when you've got someone like Erling Haaland in the form that he's in. But ultimately, and we discussed this on the show after the game, when this guy doesn't score, they haven't always got that many answers.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see them emerge this season. I think Ryan Cherki and Phil Foden and Jeremy Doku have added a lot to the team. But I still don't think we're not seeing attacking contributions from players like Bernardo Silva. Rodri would pop up with a few goals from outside the area. The fullbacks would get involved. Joško Gvardiol has had seasons where he's contributed 4 and 5 goals. The center backs have been involved in set plays. We haven't seen that. So I agree with you. It is sometimes Erling Haaland dependent. But I think as well, we used to see for Manchester City, it would be, let's say, Sané, Sterling, and Mahrez. And you would play 2 out of the 3 of those in, okay, you play 2 here, and then 1 rests, and the other one comes in, then that one rests, and the other one comes in, and you can kind of move them around. I feel like right now, if Manchester City name a starting 11 that doesn't have Doku, Cherki, and Phil Foden in it behind Erling Haaland, I don't have a lot of confidence they're going to go out there and score a bunch of goals and look like their best. We saw in the first 60 minutes against Fulham or in some of the other performances.
And that's what we saw against Sunderland, because Doku was on the bench to start the game, and when he came on in the second half, they did look a little bit more like they were going to score.
I think the balance of the 3 of them plays so well off of each other that unless they're all there, Tijani Reinders started off the season very well from an attacking point of view in terms of providing contributions, but I think if it's not those three guys, you just see, I think, especially, Omar Marmoush is away at AFCON, not that he's necessarily been a massive contributor this season, but, you don't really see a lot from Mateus Nunes getting forward. Nico O'Reilly has had, I think, a good season. He's locked down that position, but, again, not a massive contributor of goals. So I think it's about that sort of next line of players that need to deliver the chances and the through passes and everything that they do in order to create moments.
Is this a must-win for City?
Yes.
Stay in the title race?
I mean, what is a must-win in the middle of the season? But, yeah, I think when you've already given away 2 points this week to Arsenal, they're now 4 points clear at the top of the league, you won't really expect Arsenal to drop a lot of points. And they're going to set a really high bar come the end of the season. I don't see them being the kind of team that drops bad points over the course of the season. They were brilliant against Aston Villa. And so if City are going to be there, they have to maintain that sort of unerring standard at the same time.
What's your prediction?
For this game, I'm going to say Manchester City to win by 3-1. I think it's just been way too chaotic of a week. Chelsea will go again, presumably under a new manager, and figure out what the second half of their season is going to look like. I think this is just too much chaos for one.
I agree. City need to bounce back from the Sunderland performance, and at home against Chelsea, given the way that they've been over the last week or so, I do think it's going to be a fairly comfortable Manchester City victory. We'll have to wait and see. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola. He was asked in his press conference earlier about Enzo Maresca and that situation and his future as well.
Enzo Maresca obviously has left Chelsea. You played it next on Sunday.
Only I can say that Chelsea, I think, from my point of view, lose an incredible manager. Incredible person, but this decision from the hierarchy from Chelsea. So, nothing to say.
Was that a surprise for you?
In football, surprised. Only confirm how lucky I am. I was and I am in the club where I am. My club is extraordinary.
What did you make of the claims today in various reports, Pep, that part of the reason Enzo Maresca left Chelsea was that he'd spoken to City about succeeding yourself?
No idea.
Yeah.
You have, I'm pretty sure, more info than me.
Okay. Can you give us an update on that? Is there an update on the possibility of you leaving?
What will give you an update about an opinion that I don't know is about this opinion? It's just a rumor, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that.
I mean, on your own situation, not Enzo's situation. On your own situation, if the claims are correct and City are talking to potential replacements, what is the latest from your side?
You want to fire me?
I don't want to fire you.
Good. No, my salary is so high, so I have 1 more year. So.
Pep, just one more on your situation. It's quite a direct question. Do you still intend to be Manchester City manager next season?
Oh my God! I have a contract. I said 1,000 million times. I know you are bored of me. It's 10 years here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I will leave one day. I promise you.
Not too soon.
I promise you. But I have contract. I'm happy. I want to fight with my team. The higher will respect me. That proved last season what happened in this club, that we didn't win one game in 2-3 months. They support me, so what can I do? I want to try and do it, but maybe one day, I don't know, but I have 1 more year contract. I like to be here, so we will see. You will see. I said 1,000 million times about that, so, but my credibility is 0, right?
Thanks, everyone. Happy New Year.